So in today's video, I thought I'd bring you a quick update regarding major overhaul with Windrush Compensation Scheme. So there has been some changes. Government has kind of overhauled it to ensure a speedier service delivery for justice. So basically, yeah, I'll be going through that in a few minutes. So previously, I have done a video on Windrush Compensation Scheme. So basically, who qualifies to make a claim under the Windrush scheme and who can make compensation, or rather claim compensation under the Windrush scheme. So basically, if you were able to prove your right to live and work in UK, then you may also be able to claim compensation. So in the video, so basically in terms of making a claim under the Windrush scheme, so if you arrived in UK or your parents arrived in UK, by 1973 and you're a Commonwealth citizen, or you're of any other nationality and you came to UK by 1989, yes, then you may be able to apply, through Windrush scheme to prove your right to live and work in UK. I also mentioned in another part of the video, the follow-up video, that if you were able to prove your right to live and work in UK, then you may also be eligible to make a claim for compensation. So to claim compensation if you've suffered loss. So loss include things like, not having access to health service, driving license, bank account, immigration, deportation, fees. So those kind of things, financially, if you're not able to find a place to live, loss of employment, loss of accommodation, not meeting your financial commitment, all those things that stems as a result of not being able to prove your right to live and work in UK, then you may be eligible to claim compensation. We do know that with the compensation, that is not without a scandal in terms of excessive delay for the victims of this Windrush scandal and their families. In terms of the long-standing delay, they have to wait before they get what is due to them. So basically, in today's video, we'll be looking at what are the major overhaul, what are the changes, who benefits from it, going forward. But before going any further, just to say that this video contains information only, so a disclaimer, it doesn't nowhere represent legal advice. If you do need legal advice regarding any of the issues that will be raised in this video, I'll strongly suggest that you get advice. Whilst every effort is made to ensure that you get accurate information, it doesn't nowhere, replace, legal advice. So I will strongly suggest that if you're unsure of your particular situation, do seek advice. Now, with that being said, let's just carry on with our video. Yeah, like I said, if you were able to prove your right to live and work in UK, then you may also be able to claim compensation. And when it comes to claiming compensation, it's not only restricted to the main applicant. Family members, close family members can also be able to claim losses. So if they've suffered losses because the main applicant weren't able to prove their right to live and work in UK, this includes those that may have, passed on, that have died. So the estate may also be able to claim losses. So yes, so those videos are there, on my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, go watch that video. But today's video, let's quickly have a look at what are these major overhauls. So government overhauls the compensation scheme for, if you like, a faster delivery of justice for the victims. So basically, the first one is advance payment. So in this major overhaul, the government will pay, not the government, the scheme will pay up to 75%, of the final award in advance. So basically, this is the key changes. So advance payment, so they will pay up to 75% of the final award in advance. So basically, this is a good thing. The second one is application will be prioritized for those that are age 75. So the elderly that are age 75 years and over, the application will be prioritized. So this will include those age 75 or over, vulnerable with serious health condition. Their application would actually be prioritized. Now, before actually I go any further, because in terms of this Windrush scheme, in terms of when was it launched, the Windrush scheme was actually launched in April 2019, and the sole purpose of that is to actually provide redress, or to families, the Windrush generation and their family that have suffered loss as a result of not being able to prove their right to live and work in UK. And as I've said earlier, in terms of claim for compensation, it's seen undue delays, excessive delays. So really, so maybe this overhaul is good. So in terms of now, the victims will now be able to get 75% of their final award in advance, and also, prioritizing application for the most vulnerable, which is also good. And then for the first time as well, since this scheme started, those that actually lost some contribution, if you like, to work and pension would actually be compensated, which is a good thing. Now, for those that actually, this also extends to those who had to take out their own money from their pension to support themselves through the Windrush scandal. This advance payment also extend to them. Also extend to those who are unhappy with the decision, and have requested a review. So this will be a case where somebody has actually made a claim under the compensation, maybe got a decision and they're not happy with the decision and they've asked for a review. So this, if you like, advance payment actually extends to them. It would also include, the overhaul, suggests or includes those that, things like immigration fees. This will also be reimbursed under the scheme. So moving forward, it's actually hope that this overhaul would actually help to address concern from the Windrush community in terms of the excessive delays or long-standing delays with getting the compensation that is due to them. Just a quick recap. So basically, in this video, I kind of explained the major overhaul in terms of the changes. So basically, the purpose of this is for faster, if you like, delivery of justice for especially for victims, of this Windrush scandal when they make application. It's supposed to reduce the delays in them getting what is due to them. So what it changes, or the major overhaul, is that up to 75% payment now will be made to victims in advance. This will be 75% of their final award. This will now be paid in advance, and also application will be prioritized for those that are age 75 and over. So this will be those vulnerable with serious health condition. When they make the application, it will be prioritized. And for the first time since this scheme started, remember I did mention earlier that the Windrush scheme actually was launched in April 2019, and the purpose of that is to actually offer redress to Windrush generations and family members who have actually suffered loss as a result of not being able to prove their right to work and live in UK. I did mention earlier the type of losses that you may be able to claim and who can claim it. So this new changes, if you like, this major overhaul now is saying that now they can pay up to 75% in advance of the final, award. Those aged 75 and over with serious, ill health or vulnerable will now, the application will be prioritized, and for the first time, the people will now be compensated for lost contribution to work and pension. Those who had to withdraw their pension, take money from their pension rather, or withdraw from their pension, yes, to support themselves through the, during the Windrush scandal will now be compensated. This advance payment also extends to those who are unhappy with their decision of maybe if they made application to Windrush Compensation Scheme and they're not happy with the decision and they ask for a review, this will actually be extended to them, and also immigration fees will also be reimbursed. So it is hoped that this will help to reduce the unnecessary delays, that the Windrush or the victims of this Windrush scandal had to face before they get the compensation that is due to them. So if you've stuck around up to this point, then do consider subscribing to this channel, share it to the other people in terms of the changes that had taken place. And just also say as well, before we end this video, do remember that as I've said earlier, this video contains information only. Do seek advice if you're unsure of anything that I have raised in this video. Hopefully these changes will help a lot of victims who have to wait for a long time to get their compensation. So I hope you find this video useful. Thank you for stopping by, and bye-bye.